Blessings. Welcome to today's Law Enforcement Daily Devotional. Today we're in Isaiah chapters 52 through 57. And this is a lot of good stuff in these. A lot of what we call refrigerator verses are found in this section. Starting with Isaiah 52 verse 7, it says, "How lovely on the mountains are the feet of him who brings good news." If you are a man or a woman and you share Christ with others, you bring good news. This is speaking of you. Man, how lovely are the feet of the people who bring good news. Um, the good news of the gospel is called the Evangelion. That's the word for it. But it's good news. It's salvation through Jesus Christ, and salvation in none other except Christ. Chapter 53 was really cool, and I started taking a lot of notes, and then I backed off. This whole chapter is a chapter about Christ, and it lines up so much to things that happen in the Gospels: Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John. And I would challenge you to research this. This is a great opportunity to do some investigating in the Bible and see where Jesus in the New Testament lines up with prophecy in the Old Testament. Just see how similar they are. See how clear it is of who the Messiah is going to be. It's really fun, really neat. So anyway, I wanted to save that one for you. Chapter 55, verse 1, it talks about bread. It talks about free bread. Jesus is living bread. He calls himself this in the New Testament. He is the bread of life for us. So it was interesting to equate this one, again, the investigation going back and forth, with him being living bread. Salvation is found in him alone, and the freedom of this, the free part, is Jesus' gift of salvation is absolutely free to the believer. Well, it's absolutely free to anybody, but the believer is the one who accepts that free gift and takes it. No one comes to the Father except through Jesus Christ, except through this free gift of living bread. 55:6 is another one that just lines right up with New Testament. In John 12:35, it says, "For a little while longer the light is among you," and that light was Christ. "Walk while you still have light, so that darkness will not overtake you." And then in this verse we read, "Seek the Lord while he may be found. Call upon him while he is near." Those two verses line up perfectly. Going down a couple of verses to 8 and 9, it says, "For my thoughts are not your thoughts, nor are your ways my ways, declares the Lord. For as in heaven, so far as the heavens are higher than the earth, so are my thoughts higher than your ways, and my thoughts than your thoughts." Sometimes when we try and figure out God and we think we're so smart that we should just be able to figure everything out, we need to recognize the fact that God's ways are a lot higher than ours. He created all of this. He knows all of this. We don't. And sometimes it's okay to sit back and go, you know what, I don't know. I don't know is an okay answer. Chapter 56, verse 1, the law enforcement takeaway. It says, "Thus says the Lord, preserve justice and do righteousness, for my salvation is about to come and my righteousness is to be revealed." Is about to come. Now this is Old Testament, this is thousands of years ago, but even today we feel like he could come back at any moment. And what does he bring with him? He says preserve, not bring with him, he says preserve justice and righteousness. We have to be salt. Salt is a preservative. Matthew tells us to be salt and light. Christians in this world are a preservative through salt. You know, in the old days when they didn't have ice, when they wanted to keep their meat, they would pack it in salt, and salt would preserve it. So we're to be the preservative in this world until Christ comes back. And until then, we are to be the feet that bring the good news. It all kind of ties in together. It's pretty neat, and it all reflects on New Testament. This is a great opportunity to do some investigating. So challenge you to that. Tomorrow we're going to be in Isaiah chapters 58 through 62. Read ahead, come back here ready to look for a law enforcement takeaway. Until then, you guys be safe.